Hey everybody, welcome back to A Dose of Fashion with me, Alicia D. Day 16 of 100 Dresses in 100 Days. If you're wondering why I was giggling a little bit, my son is behind the camera doing a little happy dance and it made me laugh. So anyways, today's going to be a little bit different. I am going to show you the 16th dress out of 100 today, but I'm going to answer some questions that I've received in my comments. I get comments on YouTube and on Facebook. I think it's because most of my friends are either not tech savvy and don't know to go through the YouTube app, so they just click on the link in Facebook and watch it, which is fine. Again, I'm not trying to be YouTube famous. It's just something that I enjoy. Fashion runs in my family, as I'm starting to see more and more nowadays. And my friends encouraged me to do this. So that answers one of the first questions. What made you decide to start a YouTube channel? I was a stay-at-home mom for a very long time, didn't have a whole lot going on, and was kind of starting to feel a little bit depressed because I'm not the kind of person who really just sits around and does nothing. I like to be active and moving. And my friends encouraged me to share my fashion sense with people. And so I decided to do the YouTube channel. So it's because of the encouragement of my friends that I decided to go and do this. Again, not trying to be YouTube famous. It's just something that I'm passionate about and I enjoy sharing with other people. Let's see. Another thing was I had a comment, not a question, but it was a comment that when they watch my videos, they feel like they're just sitting in my room talking to me about clothes, which I think is kind of awesome because I always want to have that warm, connected feeling like I am just having a conversation with my girlfriends, because that's kind of what I feel like you all are, or guy friends if there's any guys out there watching. Yeah, so I enjoy that you feel that way because that's how I always wanted to feel, even if one day I woke up and I had 1 million subscribers, which I highly doubt. I would still want to have that personal feeling where it feels like you have a personal connection to me, and I would always do my very best to answer any questions or respond to any comments that you want to give. And also, I'm open to constructive criticism, so if you have any, by all means, chime in and let me know. I mentioned before that fashion is a big part of my family. My grandma is 92 years old now, and look back at some of her pictures, and she was a freaking hottie. My grandma on my mother's side, her name is Alice Jones. I never got to meet my grandma on my father's side. She passed away before I was born, so I really wouldn't know about her fashion sense. But I did grow up with my other grandma, and I got to, see her pictures and throwbacks and memories or whatever. And she was a freaking brick house. That woman had style for days, and she had 12 children, plenty of girls. But my mom and my aunt Cookie, I know for certain, are like style icons to me. I look at them growing up and see the things that they had in their closet. And to this day, my aunt, whenever I go home to visit, we don't wear the same size in clothes, but shoes, yes. She worked over in Dubai, so she has all these gorgeous name brand shoes just sitting there. But she's a very generous woman, so she always lets me take a pair home. And my cousin Shamel, she has her own custom shirt business called BDYP Apparel. She can do any custom shirt. She can do water bottles, hats, backpacks, a plethora of things. So she has her link in the fashion world. But not only that, but she's super stylish. Her closet is full of phenomenal things. We do not wear the same shoes, but we do wear the same size clothes. So I gently encourage her to clean out her closet when I'm home. Something else that was fun that came out of this whole YouTube video was doing this whole YouTube thing was I started getting like a lot of people giving me things because they're like, oh, my aunt was cleaning out of all of her stuff. She has great taste. And I told her about Trey's YouTube videos. Trey is my middle name. My family generally calls me that, or my extremely close friends. And so I receive like all this stuff, which is a blessing and a curse because I'm constantly shifting and shuffling, trying to figure out where to fit it all in. But I am very thankful to everybody who was giving me things or, donated to the YouTube cause. I do wear it. You haven't seen it yet. You may see it soon. My friend Claire, I've told you guys about her numerous times. She's my vintage guru. She's been collecting for upwards of 25 years, and I don't know. It's like we were just meant to be friends. It was kismet because she goes through her stuff and she sends it my way, and it's like all of it fits perfectly. It's almost like Cinderella with the glass slipper, but it's Alicia with the dresses and jumpsuits and shirts. So thank you, Claire Bear. I love you. You saved me money because my shopping habit is finally a monocle under control, and most of that is thanks to you. I've gotten questions like, how do you know what looks good on you? I'm going to go ahead and just tell you that it's mostly trial and error. For me, it does actually come pretty naturally. I always thought that that was just something that everybody had ingrained in them. However, going to work, I always got all these comments on my wardrobe, and I thought that it was just, people being friendly and giving me compliments because that's generally what you do in a civilized world. But I remember going to work one day and somebody was like, "Oh, so and so was looking for you." And I was like, "Well, why were they looking for me?" "Oh, they wanted to know what you were wearing." And I was like, "Why in the world would somebody be looking for me because they wanted to know what I was wearing?" It turns out that we were doing like this voting on superlatives, and I guess they wanted to vote me best dressed. But think about how weird that would be if someone came up to you and said, "Oh, somebody was looking for you because they wanted to see what you were wearing." And as I got to talking to different people, I started to realize that just because it comes so naturally to me doesn't mean that it comes so naturally to everybody else. I've had many people tell me that they genuinely don't know what to wear and that they think they have no style. And that kind of makes me sad because everybody has style. You maybe just haven't found yours yet. And my first tip on how to find your particular style is stay true to your personality. If you're not a super girly girl, don't make yourself go that route. Now, I do and will always stand by the fact that I think every woman should have at least one pair of heels. And I know that you can give me a plethora of excuses like, "Oh, it's my back," or "Oh, it's my ankle," or "Oh, I'm too old for that." But that is not an excuse. There are heels that range in every size. You don't have to have on a 6-inch high heel shoe to wear a heel. They have cute little kitten heels. They even have super adorable flats with a little bit of sparkle to give you that femininity. So even if you just cannot wear a heel, which I'm not buying it, I think every woman could wear a pair of heels because, like I said, the heel ranges in sizes. I say try them on, see what feels comfortable, and maybe you'll surprise yourself if you step out there and take a risk. That is my notes on that. Let's see what else I have. How do I decide what to talk about in these videos? Honestly, there's no grand scheme or master plan that I have. I generally do go in my closet and I look around and I see what dress inspires me for that day. And I generally do a little research, like on lace. Today I'm wearing a purple lace number. I talked to you guys about lace and how it originated back in the 19th century and how women used to actually sit there and hand sew these beautiful lace gowns and hats and scarves and gloves by hand long before they figured out how to do it on a machine. So I think that the history of fashion is kind of fascinating. To me, it's art. To me, it's as much art as a painting on the wall or a beautiful photograph. It's the art that you wear day to day and that you express yourself to the world, which goes back to when trying to find your style, stay true to who you are. I've also been asked if I would go shopping with several people, and I'm totally down for that. I love to shop, so if I'm not spending money on myself, the next best thing would be helping someone else find their look. And I think it's always more fun to shop with a friend. So if you're one of those people who feels like you don't necessarily know what looks good on you, that's another tip. Take a friend with you or a sister or anybody that you feel connected to that will be honest enough to tell you the truth, but not just mean and cruel. They will always tell you, well, I think that this is a good quality for this, but maybe this doesn't work. And that's when you just pivot and try something else. I do not always get it right the first time. I have tried on several things where I've just had this gung-ho idea in my head and I just knew it was going to work. And most of the time it does because I'm just like relentless in the detail of this is what I want. I'm going to find it. I'm going to get it. It's going to work. I'm going to execute it. But there have been times where I've had this vision and I was so driven to get to it and I got all the pieces together. But then when I put it on, something was slightly off. So in fashion, you also have to be flexible and be willing to pivot and shift it and try something new to substitute out what isn't working for what is working. And voila, that's how you find your look. It's trial and error. If you ever have any questions specifically about what works or what doesn't work, you can drop it in my comments. I'm totally happy to do my best to answer you. Like I said in my introductory video last year, my qualifications are nothing huge and fancy. I didn't go to a fashion institute. I am not a famous fashion designer. It's just something that came natural to me and people seem to notice, and it sparked my fire even more, and I just like to share it with people. So yeah, that's pretty much that. I think that wraps up most of my questions that I have right here. I'm the kind of person who I get bored very easily too, so you'll notice that I will change my hairstyle, my wardrobe. One day I'll be totally preppy like I just walked out of an Abercrombie and Finch catalog. The next day I'll be super fancy like I'm going to have dinner at the governor's mansion. And then you might catch me in some sweatpants with sneaker stilettos with a baseball cap just trying to do my errands and be incognito. Anyway, if you slice it, it's all me. It's all variations of my personality and who I am inside. I don't believe in fitting anybody into a box. I believe on any given day we can be whoever the heck we want to be. And I hope that that sparks in you and that you feel brave and you want to try new things. And like I said, I'm always here. If you have any questions, I'm here to try to help you through that. I'm going to go ahead and stand up and show you the 16th dress in my 100 dresses in 100 days series. And I already mentioned that it was purple lace. It's basically a purple lace cocktail dress. It drops just below my knees. As you can see, it has a sweetheart neckline. I paired it with a gold flat twist necklace that has rhinestone details. I made my hair longer today. I was just, wanting a little something different from the ponytail. Also, I think with a strapless dress, your hair looks really good down because it covers up some of the negative space you have. But if you want to do an updo, which I would also do, but if I was going to do an updo, I'd curl my hair first so that it would give it a little more volume and definition. And then I'd probably wear some beautiful chandelier earrings to complement that. I'm not wearing shoes today because I'm sitting in my bedroom talking to my friends. So bare feet. A girl can rock no shoes in her house. As we know, it's winter in North Carolina. It's too cold for me to be going outside in these fabulous dresses. So instead, I'll stay inside where it's warm and toasty and just share them with you. So thank you guys for joining me on this journey. Please don't forget to tune in tomorrow for episode 17 of 100 Dresses in 100 Days. I am truly thankful for your comments and input. And also, before I sign off, I want to say that I also get a lot of really encouraging comments from people telling me to keep pushing and keep trying, and that they know that putting out content constantly is difficult. And it is, guys, because we're all living normal lives. Most of us are not YouTube famous where we can just do whatever we want and be like Pretty Boy Fredo and pop in on people, pull pranks, and drop mad money on them. I wish that life was that fun and frivolous for all of us, but unfortunately, it is not. We all have day jobs, children, all kinds of things going on in our day-to-day lives. So thank you for joining me, and thank you for your encouraging words, because although I don't get to say that every video, I want you to know that it really means a lot. It touches my heart in a way that you will never understand. And until next time, don't forget to like, share, and comment below.